We're back in front of the altar at Queen of Peace Church, and it may be hard to see, but on the front of the altar there's a lamb cut into the marble, sitting on a book with 7 seals, which is the book of Revelation. And again, when the seals are broken open, the history of the world, the history of the church, what's going to happen in the future, it's all revealed in the book of Revelation. On this, inside the sanctuary gates, written across the first step up there, are the Latin words Sanctus, 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 Holy, Holy, Holy is the Lord. He was, He is to come, the Almighty. Apparently, we only can grasp little bits of it, that the beauty of God is such that the angels cry out incessantly, Holy, Holy, Holy is the Lord. He was, He is to come, the Almighty. So today, I'd like to share with you Saint Stephen, the first martyr. So I'll just introduce you first to his arrest. Stephen was filled with grace and power and began to work miracles and great signs among the people. But then certain people came forward to debate with Stephen, some from Cyprus, some from Cyrene and Alexandria, who were members of the synagogue called the Synagogue of Freedmen, and others from Sicilia and Asia. They found they could not get the better of him because of his wisdom. Now, this might be too much, but they couldn't get the better of Stephen because of his wisdom. And who does that remind you of? Solomon the Wise. But the first bishop of Jerusalem, James, a cousin of Jesus, said this: if any man, as in woman, if any man wants wisdom, let them ask God for it, who gives to all freely and ungrudgingly. It will be given to them. But they must ask with faith, with no trace of doubts. Because the man who has doubts is like the waves going back and forth on the seashore. The man of 2 minds, wavering between going different ways, must not expect that the Lord will give him anything. So this Stephen had this wisdom of God in him. And then, so the crowd found him too much. So they procured some men to say, we heard him using blasphemous language against Moses and against God. Having in this way turned the people against Stephen, as well as the elders and the scribes, they took Stephen by surprise and arrested him and brought him before the Sanhedrin. There they put up false witnesses to say, this man is always making speeches against the holy place and against the law. We have heard him say that Jesus, the Nazarene, is going to destroy this place and alter the traditions handed down to us. The members of the Sanhedrin all looked intently at Stephen, and his face appeared to them like the face of an angel. Now I want to pick up on a little tidbit here about the members of the Sanhedrin all looked intently at Stephen, and his face appeared to them like the face of an angel. You may remember earlier in the gospel message that Peter, James, and John went up a high mountain with Jesus, and Moses, who had been dead for 1,200 years, and Elijah showed up, and they were transfigured. Jesus' garment became whiter than the snow, and his face as bright as the light. And that happened to Moses earlier on in time in history. Now it's happening to this man, Stephen, and it will happen to us. because the Lord will come for us, and we will be like Christ in glory, for we shall see him as he is. In Ireland, they have this weird tradition around January, the beginnings of January. I think it's all gone now, but they dress up in weird costumes, and they go around singing outside people's homes. And one of the songs they sing, I remember it, it was about the wren. The wren is a tiny little bird. And so one of the songs is, the wren, the king of all birds, on Stephen's day was caught in the furs, up the long ladder, down the short rope. And then there's some bad stuff in the song, which I won't say. So there's this, can't know why they fully did this thing, but they're looking for some people to give them maybe whatever, food or maybe some money, since Stephen's day, the first martyr. But it's interesting how the wren, the little bird, was the one who gave away Stephen's hiding place, not deliberately, of course, but then they took him and they killed him. And that's it for now. Amen.